This is the bit. This is the funny bit. Watch.
Where he spills.
It gets me every time. Oh, and look, the sweet.
Wasn't she little, just a tiny girl in her pink dress?
And now she's, my God, you should see. And her boyfriend.
Have you met him? He is the most. And there's that woman.
We never knew who she was. I mean, yes, she's there in the video, but who invited her?
Someone who just goes to strangers' weddings. There she is talking to... Who is that? That uncle of yours. Is it... No.
And look at the dresses. I mean...
Now you wouldn't dream.
It shows you its history.
Yes, the children like it because it's...
And the grandchildren are going to like it.
And it can go down in the family and they can see.
And all the ones of them as babies and little.
And all the ones of their wedding and their...
Oh, but it's sad we haven't got our grandparents' wedding video.
Or great.
Or everybody that ever lived. Videos of
Louis the Eighth.
Jesus walking on the...
No further back if we had cave, if we had Neanderthal.
And dinosaurs.
But who'd be working the camera?
And things coming up out of the sea and tiny specks.
And then we'd know.
we could keep.
We know what?
Because I wouldn't remember all of this without a video. I wouldn't remember hardly anything at all about it because I can't remember anything about that day that's not on the video, not clearly.
I can remember putting the ring on.
No. I can't see that in my mind.
And someone was sick.
Oh, look. It's the speeches now. Listen to Dad's speech. It's so...
A year after Father died, Mother had a stroke in her room. She never walked again. I suspect Mother was afraid of dying. She always avoided talking about it. One night, Austin and I were discussing the extension of consciousness after death, and Mother told Vinny afterward she thought it was very improper. Mother's dying almost stunned my spirit. She slipped through our fingers like a flake gathered by the wind, and is now part of the drift called the infinite. She died. This was the way she died. And when her breath was done, took up her simple wardrobe and started for the sun. Her little figure at the gate the angels must have spied, for I could never find her upon the mortal side.
Am I then revenged to take him in the purging of his soul when he is fit and seasoned for his passage? No. Up, sword, and know thou a more horrid hent, when he is drunk asleep, or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, at game, a-swearing, or about some act with no relish of salvation in it. Then trip him, so that his heels may kick up at heaven, and his soul be as damned and black as hell, whereto it goes.
eyes seem to be twirling around like fruit flies. Ha! The better to see you with, my dears. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I'm crazy. You think I give a hoot. You see my shopping bags. You call me crazy because I saved this junk. Well, what do we call the ones who buy it? It's my belief that we all, at one point or another, secretly ask ourselves the question, am I crazy? In my case, the answer comes back a resounding yes.